Medicare, clearing up the confusion. My name is Frank Richardson, and I'm part owner of a website called Innovations for Seniors. It's an online magazine, and we're advocates for seniors to make sure they get all the options before they make up their mind.
Yes, and I'm George Ukit, also. I'm an editor at Innovations for Seniors. And Frank, let me ask you a question that people are interested in. Are people okay with Medicare today?
You mean just Medicare?
Just Medicare.
Just Medicare? Well, on a very rare occasion they are, but in most cases they have to look at all the options, and they have Medicare Advantage and they have Medicare Supplement that they can have. And with Medicare Supplement, that's in addition to Medicare. And then if they have Medicare Advantage, that replaces Medicare. So it all depends upon their situation. And the purpose of our website is to give you all the necessary information as advocates for seniors to let you know that we really care and that we want to make sure you get the right information. We don't represent any company at all. So let me explain to you a little bit about the difference. The difference between Medicare and Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement. Medicare by itself is pretty much an 80-20 situation. In other words, you're paying 20%, Medicare is paying 80%. And you pay your monthly fee, which is this year is $99.40. Next year, they're not sure what it's going to be, but it's supposed to be $120, so we're not sure. And usually when you go to a seminar for Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement, they won't tell you, but it's supposed to be $120. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut it back a little bit, because the drastic change from 99 to 120 is pretty hard for a lot of people to bear.
If you've got a Medicare plan, or a salesman comes in, sits down and says, sells you a program, are you stuck with it during this period of?
Well, with the Medicare Advantage, which is primarily what we're talking about, that's the open enrollment that's going on right now from actually October 15th to December 7th. If you sign up for a Medicare Advantage program that's been presented to you, no, you're not stuck with it. You can always sign up for another one, and the Medicare people will automatically eliminate the one that you previously signed up for. So it's the last one that you sign up for.
So it's the last one of December, what?
December 7th. You could
7th.
Actually, in essence, at 11:59 on December 6th, sign up for.
Even though you signed up for another program, you can sign. Okay,
yes,
that's great.
Yeah, so the Medicare Advantage program replaces Medicare itself, and it has better benefits, as it has to have at least the same benefits as Medicare, but in most cases it has better coverage. It includes prescriptions, it includes dental, some of them, and it also includes glasses. So the Medicare Advantage program, which is supplemented by the federal government, and in some cases has zero premiums.
Oh, that's great. What about doctors? Can you choose your own doctor? Can you keep the doctor you have, like from your prior program, if you change over or something like that?
Good question, George. Real good question. That's what happens.
I have a lot of good questions. Yeah.
What happens is, one of the things that you have to be very careful of is the doctors that you are going to now and that you like, and also the prescriptions that you're taking, because with Medicare Advantage, prescriptions are included in your Medicare Advantage program. But that's one of the things you have to make sure that you have the hospital, the doctors, and the prescriptions that you already have to make sure that there won't be any changes.
That's great. That's great.
And then the other option is Medicare Supplement. Medicare Supplement is a program that is pretty much like an automobile insurance policy. You pay a monthly fee. It does pick up all of the 20% that Medicare doesn't cover. In most cases, they have about 7 or 8 different Medicare Supplement plans, and you have to look at all of them and the options available for those. But in most cases, it covers the entire 20%. But whether you're healthy or sick, you're paying a monthly charge, which runs anywhere between $150 and $300 a month. But with Medicare Advantage, you're paying, in some cases, no premium. And obviously there's co-pays involved, there are deductibles involved, but if you're healthy and you don't use it, it wouldn't cost you a penny, except for what you're paying for Medicare. which is monthly, comes out of your, Social Security.
If a salesman comes to you and sells you a policy, I think it's very important that you don't sign up for that policy right away, right? Or if you go to a seminar, don't necessarily sign on the dotted line right away, right?
Right, because you need time to compare, and that salesman is on a commission, so he wants you to sign. He doesn't want you to know that even if you do sign, and you can sign up for another company and his will be eliminated. He's not gonna tell you that. But you need the time to look at the situation as far as your doctors go, as far as your prescriptions go, and make sure that this is the policy that you want.
So, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, that AARP may not be the greatest thing out there. We don't know if it is or not. But you got to compare, and just because a company says this is the best, that's not necessarily so. You got to remember, like Frank says, they're on commissions, they're trying to sell you something, and this is what we're here for, to try to help you to make the right choice. We'll give you all the options. We don't make commissions, we don't sell insurance. We're not here to make money, we're here to help seniors. And I had one more question in regard to that, Frank. What about Obamacare? This is air after the election. We taped this the night before the election,
That's
so we
right.
don't know how the outcome is. But if Obamacare continues, how is that going to affect our Medicare Advantage and
Well,
Medicare in
a
general?
lot of people are saying that if you're 55 or older, it's not going to affect you. But in essence, it is. It's going to affect you right off the bat as far as the premiums. Like, for example, for 2014 for Medicare, if you look at it, you can look this up on the Medicare website. Every time you ask a salesman in a seminar, I've been to 4 seminars so far just so I can get some necessary information for you, and I've asked them what it's going to cost for 2013 and 2014. They say they don't know, but you can go online and find out. For 2014, it's slated to be $247 a month, and that's a hefty increase from the proposed 120 for 2013. That's part of Obamacare.
Now, if that sounds confusing, don't worry about it, folks, and don't feel old because you're confused, because your sons and daughters are just as confused. But that's what Innovations is about, Innovations for Seniors. We're going to clear up the confusion.
Go to our website, innovationsforseniors.com, and look at it and get more detailed information. We have places for you to reply. You can ask questions on there. So there's a lot more information. The purpose of this video is just to stir up your interest and come to our website and take a look at what's going on. You know, Medicare is a hot issue right now, and we just want to make sure that that's the main purpose of this video, is to explain to you the basics of Medicare and how we can help you with an unbiased approach. We don't represent any companies, so we're just giving you information so that you can look at all the options before you make an intelligent decision. And it's always good to have a family member with you or a friend, if at all possible, before you make up your mind.
The other categories on our website, they range from anything from elder abuse to family and friends. There we educate like family and friends to look out for your loved ones, because there's a lot of people out there to take advantage of the elderly, whether it be for financial reasons, but there's all kinds of extortion out there.
Well, let me just explain the family and friends situation, because I really believe that children of seniors need to step to the plate and help out their parents more than they ever did. They might say something, you might call them on the phone, and maybe, let's say they live in California and you're in some other state like in New York, and your only communication in most cases is on the phone. How's things going? And they're okay. Well, they may not be. It might be a pride issue, or they don't want to bother you. You don't want to be bothered. So we got some ways of approaching and asking them some questions without being too invasive, and ask them some questions and let them know that you're really concerned with their well-being. And just by asking these questions, you just let them know that you really care.
That's one of the categories, couple of the categories. Two of the other important ones I'll mention. One is medical options. Are you going to have an operation? Get second opinions. We've got stories on Innovations for Seniors of seniors that have gone to doctors, and the doctor was about to operate on them with old procedures when there was new technology and much less evasive operational
And a hip replacement.
on a
as
hip
well.
replacement, for example. And he got another opinion. Man from our area in Binghamton, New York, went down to New York City and decided even to step outside of his insurance area. But the evasiveness of the operation was so much less that he was recovered much faster.
Yes.
Now that's just one example. Others are health alternatives, healthy alternatives. For example, seniors are being sold prescription drugs like they're candy in a store today. Now, think about the multi-billion-dollar industry that's selling you those prescription drugs. All you have to do is watch an advertisement for prescription drugs, and you know for everything they cure, there's probably 5 or 6 more side effects that you might end up with something worse. Be careful with drugs. We are not anti-drug, but be careful, make good choices, and God bless America for having the extended life pharmaceuticals that we have, but that does not necessarily mean because you're living longer that you're going to live better. Be careful. There are health alternatives, natural health alternatives to eliminate many of the harmful drugs or dangerous drugs that you would have to take. There are a lot of, for example, a lot of healthy alternatives for lowering blood pressure, treating prostate problems, all kinds of cancers. And we do not recommend anything on our site, but we do give you
The options.
options that others have so that you can make a well-informed decision as to what you want to do. Now, I've used healthy alternatives myself, and Frank and I, Frank is going to be 72.
71.
71.
Be careful.
I'm trying to push you a little bit, sorry.
Okay.
71, very soon. I just turned 68. We don't use pharmaceutical drugs at all. Our doctors look at us and say, wow, how come you guys don't use drugs? It's not very many people that do that today. In fact, I go to my doctor. Here's a funny thing. I've been going to the same doctor for 40 years. And every time I find an ailment, he finds something that's wrong with me, and that's what I use him for, is to diagnose me and to see if my body's having a problem. And when I go to him, he looks at me after he diagnosed me, and he says, well, you got this problem. He says, now I'm interested in seeing what you're going to do about it, because I know you're not going to listen to me. I says, that's right. So I'll always go out and find an alternative. Well, my doctor's retiring now after 40 some years with him, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to start opening a practice in natural medicine now. So
I'm sure you had somewhat of an influence.
I had somewhat
on
of an influence, but he was always interested in people that were using alternatives and healing themselves.
And the category for that is, by the way, is healthy living.
Healthy living, yes.
And that's a category that's dear to both of our hearts. So what's some of the other categories, George?
Oh, we have a whole lot more on Innovations for Seniors, folks. Go there, we've got everything from legal, and these are different writers, experts write these articles, give you advice. Nobody's selling anything. And even though these writers, we allow them to put their credentials at the bottom in their website, directly a link or something, but directly we do not sell anything in these articles. So we have legal, we have veterans issues.
I love that one. We're both veterans.
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
both veterans.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of questions.
Good information on Agent Orange. We got a couple of other things that are, when we get updates on veterans issues and we have good sources for that, we're going to give it to you.
And much, much more. And we'll be expanding when our website reaches its potential. You'll be able to find anything that relates to senior life, from gardens to pets, like I said, I already mentioned legal. We have
Financial.
financial we have now. And all important is spiritual, especially to a senior today. What about those issues of the day of reckoning? You know, do you know what's going to happen after death? There are a lot of comforting things that are given in scriptures that we present, and we are Christians ourselves, so we make no apology for that, and our message for the spiritual area is all from Christian, not a religious presentation. We don't present religion. We present just biblical and spiritual answers to all those questions.
And the neat thing about that, George, is the fact that we have categories down there, and people can click on the category that they think would be of interest to them. So they have the choice that they can make on what they want to look at.
Yeah, we have some interesting pictures also. We have a great picture in one category of a baby just about getting ready to cry, and the caption says, "Oh no, not political." So we have a political section too.
And we have a humor section,
Yeah.
which is funny stuff that relates to a lot of times to seniors.
Yep, a merry heart makes like a medicine, and we need to laugh a lot. If you want to live long, live healthy, laugh a lot.
And we just want to close with stating one more time that we would love to. The purpose of this video is for you to come and look at our website and see all the options that we have on there for you to look at. That'll be just a help to you. And we care about you with no strings attached.
Mm-hmm.
By the fact that we don't represent any company means that we don't have a company dictating to us what we can or can't say. We are saying to you things because we care and we want to give you all the options. And George also mentioned about life experiences, which is a very, very important aspect of each category, because we're seniors helping seniors. And to be one of our partners, the purpose of a partner is to help each other out. And your life experiences, we have 2 on there now, one about that hip operation and another one about in the Medicare situation about prescription drugs, a girl that we both know that gave a real interesting article about that. So we're looking for your help as well. Yes.
Seniors helping seniors. Go to our website,
Yes.
innovationsforseniors.com.
And we care.